and be slid over top, or something like that. Hi, everybody. We're just, we're always behind the 8 ball. Sure. Yeah, it can be red. I don't care.
Okay.
Just something that I can put over top.
It only has one.
Huh? Yeah, that's perfect.
Colors.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's Kellie and Savannah with Kellie's Bead.
Hi. We realized our clock is wrong.
Yeah, we were busy out in the warehouse doing something, and then we came in to get set up, and then I said, well, let's do the other thing that we're going to be doing. And I looked at my watch and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's time to go.
Yeah.
So hi, everybody. Who have we got here today? We've got Anne, we've got Anita. It'll take a while for people to hop on today, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Did you like the Tucson treasure bag, Anne? I hope you liked it. Hey, Diane and Lois. Yeah, we just had a little drama over on our Beads and Blab group. I was just having to go over there and referee. Somebody decided that if you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a secondary group Facebook page called our Kellie's Bead Boutique Bead and Blab, I think is what it is, right? So. And somebody left a very rude comment on somebody's piece that they posted, because it's a place where you get to post what you've made. You know, and people are vulnerable when they do that. And somebody said something rude. And so not only was the comment removed, but she was banned. So hopefully she doesn't come on here and try to say something, because we'll ban her from here too.
Well, if she does come on here, smarten up.
Yeah, like it's just, you know what, like
there it is. Smarten up.
Like somebody actually just said, if you can't be kind, then be quiet. And I thought that was a really nice way of putting it, that not everything that you think in your brain needs to come out of your mouth, right? So anyway, I was just dealing with that. And it's always a little bit I don't know, it's nerve-wracking and unsettling.
Yeah. I think it's upsetting when people are rude. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, why do you need to use your voice to be rude? Maybe she's having a really bad day. Let's just leave it at that. Doesn't mean that she gets to stay, but
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's, you know, humans, that's the way they are. So they're not always going to be the best at their best, right? So, all right. So what did we have? We actually had a family dinner this weekend.
Yeah.
Cam couldn't come because he's always working, which is poopy, but we had Savannah and Grace and my daughter and her husband and their 3 kids and my ex and his wife.
Yeah.
And was that everybody?
That was everyone. It was
yeah.
good, though.
It was loud. the
5 and 6-year-old together, girls.
And it's so funny because, you know, that we're not, all of us grandparents were down at one end and the younger kids and then the littlest ones were at the other end, and the girls, they get along so well, and they were playing like crazy, and they have this high-pitched squeal, like we're delighted and we're going to be, you know, loud, and we're all like, you know, going like this at the other end because we're just not used to that.
I don't hear it anymore. I hear it, but I've learned to just like not listen to it. It gets to a point and then I'm like, be quiet.
Yeah, it was a lot. At one point, Farron said, if you girls want to scream, you can go downstairs and scream. And then they decided, okay, we don't want to scream bad enough that we have to go downstairs.
Yeah, they were being detectives, though. They were having fun.
They were being good and it was fun. Like I'd rather have them doing that than crying. And then Willow didn't want to eat her dinner at all. Like she didn't have one bite, did she?
No, she said her tummy hurt, but she had enough less of a tummy ache for cake.
Yeah, when the birthday cake came out, because it was Claire, the second oldest, she just turned 15. So when the cake came out, she was freaking out because she wasn't getting any cake. So, you know, I'm a grandmother. It's part of my rules. So I'm like, I would make sure that nobody saw me. And she comes around to me, and then I shovel a little piece in her mouth, and I'm like, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. And Grace tried to feed her too. Like, I'm not allowed. Like, whatever, and popped it in her mouth and walked away. But
well, thanks for joining us, Rita, if it's your first time. So the way that we do our shows is we talk a little bit about what's going on in our world, and then we get down to beads. So, you know, usually get a few minutes of our chitter chatter about things, and then we do start talking about all good things that are beads. So yeah, it was fun, Diane. We enjoyed it. But then, you know, at about 7:30, Rob and I were like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
We gotta go. See you later.
I know we left a little bit too late just because we have a big drive to go home, and she had school the next day.
Yeah. It's nice to get together though, because we don't get to do that very often. So, and we got more snow. We've had snow every day. One of my staff members didn't know, but it's just annoying and it's scary because one of my staff members is younger and she lives an hour away. And so she didn't come in on Monday because she's worried about the snow, and rightfully so. I mean, it's not always easy to drive in, and she's got a new car and she doesn't have snow tires. But it's just kind of relentless this year, isn't it? It's like it's just it's cold. It's like bone
I mean,
cold.
last year we had snow this time of year.
Yeah.
It was melted by now, but we had like 2.5 feet this time of year last year.
Yeah.
So we
got a lot. We didn't get very much. It's just annoying. It's just enough to make it cold. And
I'm ready for like tulip season.
Yes. Yes. I would like to have something a little bit warmer too. So we have a new mic. So I'm hoping that helps. We got this. Let's see if I can. Fancy new mic.
Fancy.
So I'm hoping that it improves our sound quality. Of course, now I move it. Yeah, I know. I hope that it improves our sound quality, because that wasn't always the best, because with Savannah being over there and the mic on the phone was way down here, it didn't work very well. So,
but like now we can do like ASMR. Be like those influencer people. I don't get it.
I don't really understand that.
I'll do it for you guys.
Oh, Donna's welcoming Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Magic Mike.
All right. And don't forget, I don't know if it's like that universally. I don't think it's around the world, but at least in North America, we have the time change this weekend. So don't forget that we fall back an hour, which we're all looking forward to. And not me, because that means I'll wake up at 4:30.
I don't like the waking up part, but I am ready to have a later sunset.
Yes.
Just because I don't love it. Although Grace goes to bed really well when it's so dark.
Yeah. It just, this time of year, everybody's kind of got the doldrums or whatever. Everybody's just kind of like, we just need spring to get moving forward.
Yeah. And
so
someone said their daffodils are out already.
Oh, wow.
Sharon, where do you live? I want to come visit.
And Manon was in Quebec, and she says it's very mild
spring
there.
Ahead an hour. Oh yeah.
Oh, we go ahead.
So we get extra sleep. Because if it's 6 a.m., it's actually 7 a.m. So we get an extra hour. Life just got really good.
I don't know. I get confused by it.
Fall behind, you fall back an hour, and spring ahead, you spring forward an hour. So you get an extra hour of sleep.
But when I wake up at 7,
it'll actually be 8. So it'll look like you're waking up at 4, but it's actually 5.
See, now Barbara's saying, no, you lose. See, I get confused. We lose an hour. You don't get an extra hour. In the fall, you get an extra hour. We lose an hour. Because at 2:00 in the morning.
Well, I'm dyslexic, so don't take anything.
All I know is that when I worked for the police department, whenever it was fall, I would look for at the end of the year. So come January 1st, and the schedules would come out. I would look to see if I was working on the day where the time change was, where I had to work 13 flipping hours, and I only got paid for 12. They didn't pay us for that extra hour, which was brutal. Because
that's BS.
Yeah, because a 12-hour shift is a long enough of time to be working, and then throw in an extra hour. So I always made sure that I took that night off. Like in January 1st, I was like, do you want to work on October 10th or whatever it was? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Nobody ever thought about it. And I did that for over 20 years. I never once worked it. So I'm like, that is BS. I'm not doing it.
Everyone's raining on my parade for when I lose an hour.
Wah, wah.
But I feel like I'm gaining an hour.
Right.
Really, I can sleep at any time.
Yes.
It's the sunlight that I like in the evenings.
Yeah. I just absolutely hate any time change, because I am such a routine person. I'm very like by the clock work, and I just finally get into a routine of, not waking up at dumb o'clock, and then the time changes and it screws me up. So like this morning I woke up at 5:00 and I'm like, not today, Satan. And I went back to sleep until about 6:45, which is a miracle. So I actually feel like a human today.
Yeah. I on the other hand,
yesterday,
you're tired. Zombie. So just so everyone knows, the spelling mistakes might be in abundance.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We never know with Savannah anyway.
I'm
so
trying really hard, but my brain is not functioning today.
Yeah. So anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Whether we gain it or lose it, just make sure you change your time. So,
Barbara, right? I agree. I want one time too. I think this whole time change thing is stupid.
Well, they've talked about it on the West Coast here, but in order to do it, we would have to do it with the American people too. Like it would have to be all the way down, like through, Washington and Oregon and California, because we do too much commerce. And for us to be crossing a border and all of that, it would just be too complicated. And I think, I can't remember which state it is that isn't on board. It might be California. Somebody does not want to be on board. So they've talked about it for years, but you know, I'll be 65 in a couple months, and I think they've been talking about it as long as I've been alive. So
yeah.
All
So
righty.
many people are saying that their daffodils and crocuses are blooming already, and I'm very jealous.
Yeah, well,
we have brown grass.
Yes, it's brown. We do have crocuses up in our like on the, you know, the part over there, you know, where we are here.
Mm-hmm.
We have some crocuses, and our hydrangeas started to bloom, and then we got that cold snap and a bunch of snow. So I think they're probably all like, ooh, you know, so I don't know. It's just wacky everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's crazy. So we've been really busy here in Beadland. We're making some changes. We're doing some new things. And I think you guys are going to like what we're doing. We're just, you know, like the bead world is changing. And so I need to change with it. And so you're going to see some good things coming up. I'm not going to be sitting on as much stock as I used to, because that's just too much money that is just sitting here. So you're going to see some things that are going on. So one of the things that we're doing, this may disappoint some people, but I think it might make you happy right now, because we have decided that, well, I guess I use the collective royal we. I decided, because I own the joint, that we're not going to be carrying the Preciosa bicones any longer. Reason being is nobody ever buys them, like never.
I think we get maybe one order a month with them, if that. I actually had to ask everyone where they were, because it had been so long since I picked them last week. So if something's not selling anymore, I'm just getting rid of it, and that's a bonus for you. So until they're sold out, use code BICONE35 only on the check glass Preciosa bicones, and you'll get for 35% off, which is a huge savings. And if you're in the US, don't forget you get another about 30% off because of exchange. So it's like 60%. Yeah, 60+% off. By the time it's not us that does it, it's your bank that does it. So, you know, it's just one of those things that takes up more room. You guys can save some money and build up your stash. So if you're trying to create a stash of pretty things, like here's some of the 6mm rose. They're beautiful. Like they're made in the Czech Republic. They're beautiful quality. There's nothing wrong with them. And they're absolutely stunning. Yeah. They're a good dupe for that company we're not supposed to talk about, you know. The Porovsky. Yeah, the Porovsky people. So like they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So these are $4, and then now they're going to be 35% off. So it's just one of those things that doesn't sell. I think why they don't sell is because I never use them. Probably. The only time I ever use them is at Christmas. So you may see a couple colors come in for certain things at Christmas time where I'm putting them in kits. And I mean, I guess if someone wanted to order like a bulk order, they could message you. Yeah, if you ever want them and you don't see something on our website, always just send me a message. I order stuff for people because like all the time, because like now we don't carry 15s or delicas, but I have a group of people that use 15s and delicas in a lot of their designs and creations and stuff. And so I bring them in for them. So if there's ever something that you want, you just have to be prepared to buy like a 50-gram bag, or on these, I think there's a 3-strand minimum. The other reason that we're not going to carry them is that they don't restock them. And so I can never get a full spectrum of them. I get like little dribs and drabs. And I have not been able to have a full line of these Preciosas for probably a solid 7-8 years. And so I'm just like, I give up. I don't want to have this whole, because I'm always looking. I waste a lot of time. And so I'm just not going to carry them any longer. But it's like also like you're sitting on a lot of money in a bin. Yeah. That's not selling. So it's like, well, if you guys like things, you got to buy them. Yeah, Becky, it's not that there's anything wrong with them, but I don't create jewelry personally very often where I use crystals. It's just not my forte. And so you guys seem to buy what I use. And so it doesn't make sense to keep things that I'm not using. They don't have a good brown bicone. Yeah, they do actually. Topaz. I'm just moving this around because I can see it in the other camera. So anyway, so that's just a new thing that we are doing. So you can save 35% off on those until they're gone. So Zoom, because they'll be gone. Yeah. We were actually just doing some inventory on them, and we still have to do the 3s. So I hope the 3s will be okay. Yeah. But most of them are okay. So the other thing, if you want to hand me those 2 bead mixes, and then we can pour them into little cups. Yeah. So the other thing that we're doing is that we know how tough it is out in the world right now financially for a lot of people.
And a lot of people want to be able to partake in having some of the pretties, but not everybody can afford to or even wants to have a whole strand of things. So what we're doing now is we're going to create more and more bead mixes where we're creating colorways that are attractive, and you're going to get different things. So Diane, no, those are not in clearance. They're just in their respective homes. So go under check glass and scroll down and you'll find the Preciosa bicones. So we're going to be, my girls have been working on this for a couple of days. We've come up with a couple. We've got some out there that we couldn't get ready for today, but we'll show them every week when we get new ones, and we're having some fun with them. So let's see this one. If you want to switch me down, what's that?
Theo said it's not applying to all.
To all the bicones?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hold off. Hold off on buying anything. I don't know why they're not working. They should, but I will check them.
Theo, do you want to maybe send a little email with a code of what they're not?
Yeah, if you find something that's not working, because we tested it beforehand and it was working. So just give me half an hour after this live is over, and I will go in and see what the issue is. Okay, so all right. Just sometimes it's hard because I was struggling with it. It wasn't working. And then I had to redo it. So I don't know. I'll go in and check it. But so they'll be there. There's lots of them. So, all right. So the first one, if you want to pop my hand down. So the first one that we've got is what I call the Hazy Forest Bead Mix. Now, the reason that I came up with this name is I looked out in our back area here, and there was all shades of like whites and silvers and sort of a purpley browny kind of color. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of a cool color combination. So that's how I came up with this. So this one, I can't remember what the price was. Is this one $24.99?
I think they all are, aren't they?
Not all of them. They're going to end up whatever their prices are. This one, no, you got to go online shopping, beads, and finding mixes right there. That's just easier. So yeah, 24. This one is $24.99. So in this one, you're going to get 20 inches of this really beautiful chain. These are our regular chains. It's not like I bought some cheap chain to throw in there. So we're giving you 20 inches so that you could make a couple bracelets or you could make a necklace. Now, these are not kits. These are just an assortment of things. You're also going to get one of these beautiful redwood charms from Tierra Cast, where you've got the redwood tree on one side and then the not all who wander are lost on the other side. And so then you're also going to get an assortment of check glass. So we've got some wild rose beads here. We've got some rondelles. We've got 4 of those. And then we've got some Chinese crystal rondelles. Most of the stuff is going to be, that one's missing a rondelle. Huh. There should be 4 in there. So I got to find another one. I just noticed in one of my, oh no, maybe it was only supposed to be 3. I don't know.
What size is the chain?
The chain, I don't know. I'd have to look up which kind it is. It's a little bit of one of the larger ones. I've got it's on the listing. I think it shows the what chain I used. Which one is it? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Sorry. I've also got some of these dagger beads. So you're going to get like 6 dagger beads. I've got some of the little bell caps, the little bellflower beads. We've got some fire polish. We've got some drooks. And we actually have some of the bicones that we are discontinuing. We put some bicones in there. And that's kind of what started this. I was like, I never use these. Why not? So that is the first one. So that's the Hazy Forest Bead Mix. And we're very limited on most of these. Sometimes there's only 10, sometimes I think there's 14 of these. So that's that one. But they're all like complementary colors. So what we're trying to do is give you, they're kind of like stash builders. So you're getting really nice beads. There's like nothing wrong with any of the beads. There's, we're kind of choosing colors for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not everyone's great at putting different pieces together, and this kind of helps with that too.
Yeah. So, you can get multiple pieces out of these. Some of them are brand new beads. Some of them are older. So Lori put this one together yesterday and I really enjoyed it. So this one is called the Vintage Bead Mix. And it has shades of like aquas, and then this, you know, Picasso kind of bead. There's another like travertine check glass Baroque bead. And then we have another beautiful aqua Baroque bead in there. There's some large hole antique bronze spacers and some antique bronze. These are actually a connector, so they've got a hole through, so you could put like a bead. I don't know if this one would fit inside, but yeah, so you can put a bead inside. We have some little antique bronze bead caps, and then we also have this beautiful pendant that we just brought in recently. We have some check glass disc spacers, and we have some 6mm drooks, and we have some Chinese crystal, and we also have some Indian agate. We put in about, what did we put in, like 8 or 10 of the Indian agate. So you kind of get a nice little assortment of beads, and these ones are also $24.99. So there you go. There's another fun little mix. So you get enough that you can make earrings. You can maybe put things together for a necklace, you know, or whatever you wanted to do. So there's just a way to get an assortment of beads at an affordable price. And that way you can have a nice little selection to, you know, have a good bead stash.
Yeah. And over time we will have more to add.
Yes. We've got a really nice one sitting there, but it's not quite ready to go. Okay, you could take that one away from me.
Sure.
Catherine, I don't know. Do you need a stash builder? I don't think so.
Always. Okay. I have to sort these ones. But...
Well, I'm glad you guys are liking those. That's awesome. All right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't want to lose any pieces.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go back through this one and separate them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just don't want to. Okay.
Okay. So now we are going to get on to some of the new, well, why don't we show a couple other things that weren't new, like the tubing.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else did we have that wasn't new? Was that it?
I think that's it.
Okay. So in one of my videos, I don't know, I think it might have been on a live some time ago, or maybe it wasn't on a live. I can't remember. No.
When you used the tubing?
Yeah.
No, it was a live.
Was a live?
Wednesday live, yeah.
So I used a little bit of this jewelry tubing that's hollow. So it's a 2mm jewelry tubing that you can actually put wires or whatever through. But what I did was I cut off a little piece and I put it inside a large hole bead, because the only bead that I had that worked in the project had a large hole, but then it was all wibbly wobbly. So I put this inside it, just cut a little tiny snippet of it off and use it as a bead aligner. And I know that bead aligners are really hard to find. So I've brought this back in very limited quantities. So right now we only have it in clear, but I can bring it in like a chocolate brown and a black if anybody's interested. But for now we do have, I think, about 6 or 7 of these in clear. So I think they're like $3.99, and you get a lot. There's 5 yards on there. You can put memory wire through there and create like a little bracelet. You can also, I've seen Abby Berta from the Bead Place. I've seen her actually make barrel knots with this. So, I mean, you don't want to tug it so hard that it would break, but this is a very pliable thing. And they show memory wire, so you can put like the memory wire ends like that. So you can do multiple things with it, many, many things. So if you're looking for it, just type in, is it just jewelry tube? What did I put it under? Type in JT20. JT20. It's in other cool stuff, I think, is what I put it under. I've called it 2mm hollow rubber tubing, but it's under other fun stuff, under the findings and components, if you're looking for it. Okay, because we have had a few people find that or ask for that. Julie, you paint it. That is cool.
That's really cool.
That's a good idea.
Is it silicone?
It says it's for making jelly bracelets, whatever that is. It doesn't say.
Jelly bracelets is like a kid thing, I think.
Yeah. It says use connectors to make seamless jelly jewelry. Oh yeah, so you could actually put a connector in there. But yeah, so you know, these kind of things are only limited by your imagination, right? So you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can just, you know, have some fun
lines. That's so creative.
Cool.
Like, I would have never thought,
yeah,
I'm gonna paint this.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so let's
get on with
this. All right. Is it really warm in here? Or is it me? Again, having
I think it's you.
It's
I'm really cold today, but I think I'm tired, so I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So from our Tucson collection, we have these beautiful, and it looks like a big dog's pile. I'm going to take half of that because, sorry, it's loud. These are really hard to hold on to because we half stranded them because, you know, we wanted them to go around. So these are a 8mm faceted, what did you, BC jade. You've got JB jade.
It started.
I'm like, what in the world is JB jade? I'm like, she's got some fancy new thing. This is not JB jade. It's BC jade, which is really hard to find, or nephrite jade. And so we've half stranded these. So you get about 27 beads and they're $14.99 and they are beautiful quality. Savannah.
I honestly don't do it on purpose. It just happens organically.
But look at how pretty those are. They're a beautiful faceted 8mm cube.
I'm like a rare bead, Kelly.
You are a rare bead, all right. So that's FFF 131 if you're looking for those on the website.
BCJ.
Oh my word. You are crazy.
I'm something, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're something, all right. All right, the next one we have is FFF 129, and they're a 4x6 faceted rondelle rose quartz. And these are, no, that can't be the right price. Are these $19.99?
What is that?
Oh yeah, because I tried to keep them out of the bougie beads. Mm-hmm. That's right. I remember that because these are actually priced out as more. They're beautiful quality. It's because of the faceting and the sizing that they're a little bit more on the spendy side than just like a regular strand of rose quartz. But these almost ended up in our bougie beads page.
They're really pretty.
Yeah, they're look at the sparkle on those. Beautiful, beautiful beads.
Sometimes I find rose quartz to be like very one-dimensional, but the faceting, it brings out a lot of different colors.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Really, really nice. So that's FFF 129 if you're looking for those beautiful beads. And so we're getting down to like the bottom, literally, of the barrel. I have a box, a big bin that I've had all of the stuff in, and I've been sort of digging through. And we had previously shown you all the opalite that we bought, but I found more at the bottom of it. So we have some 4mm round opalite beads, and they're only $3.99. It's FFF 130. And what was I going to tell you about it? They're $3.99. That's all I was going to say.
It.
Yeah. So they're just a 4mm round, but everybody seems to be liking the opalite this year. So that was just more of our opalite collection. It is pretty. It's very nice. So that's FFF 130. Oh, and stick around to the end because I do have a project today. So
these next strands, I really love morganite.
And we're very limited on these. Yeah. Very, very limited. So this is FFF 132. And these are the 8mm cube morganite. So it's a pink morganite, and they're half strand. And so they're $14.99. But look at how beautiful that is. I don't know if it picks up all the blues and the greens. Does it?
Yeah, no, it is picking it up. They're prettier in person actually than what they're showing on the camera.
Yeah, really, really nice.
In camera, they're darker, but they're like a pastel.
Yeah, they're
very pastel.
Yeah, very pastel, very pretty. So that's FFF 132. They're $14.99, and they're very limited. I think I only have 8 strands of those. 6?
That's what we have.
That's what we have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's it. They'll be gone. You like that morganite, Catherine? It's very pretty.
Diane loves jade. So how do you like them apples?
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, and everybody here seems to really love this one. This is a 8mm faceted cube, which is a blue lace agate, and this is a half strand. This is FFF 133, and they're $14.99.
They're so pretty too.
Yeah, they're beauteous. Very, very nice.
As much as I love my pinks, I really always go towards blue lace agate.
Do you? Yeah. Well, it's very rare. It's getting harder and harder to find blue lace agate anywhere, and when you find it, it's very, very expensive. So I was actually pleasantly surprised to find this at a somewhat affordable price. And by half stranding them, it has kept it a little bit more affordable for you guys. So that is not that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have them?
I do.
Okay. So these are from last year, but we brought them back because they sold out right away. So these are Ghana beads. This is DDG 300, and they're the 14 millimeter white Kentacrobo beads. So this color sold out like immediately, and they're really nice because they have, I mean, you can see that they're handmade. Look at the difference in the size and the holes. So some will fit up to a 3 millimeter, some will hit like, 1.5 or 2 millimeter, but these are all handmade in Ghana, and they're just a beautiful bead. So they're 14 millimeters, so they're a pretty good size. But if you're into that sort of ethnic kind of, that African style, like our friend Faye, she loves that sort of style.
Yeah.
These are a beautiful bead. So you get 10 of them for $5.99, and it's DDG 300. So when I saw them this year, I had to bring them back because I know that you guys really loved them last year.
I'm sure they were there.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember. All right, so yesterday I had Tessa look at these because Tessa loves all things pink, and so she picked out the name for this. So this is FFF 107, and they're 2 by 3 millimeter, 2 millimeter being the short way, and 3, side to side. Disco Barbie pink Chinese crystals for $2.99.
It really is a perfect name.
I know. I was like, I'm going with that one. I like it. Disco Barbie pink. Look at that. Is that not the best?
Yeah, and like the sparkle is not picking up on the camera, but like they're very glittery.
Very beautiful. And we do have to put a disclaimer on these. We may have caused a marital breakdown over these beads.
Why?
Don't you remember? This is one.
That was where it was.
Yes, so you're getting these at a very affordable price because Miss Savannah,
someone's
Savannah was working the poor lady that owned the booth, and she finally succumbed to Savannah's pressure. And then when we went to pay, it was with the husband, and next thing you know, he's yelling over at her in Mandarin, and they're having a full-on domestic in front of us.
And I'm like, I just want to pay for them. Like,
we're like, okay, let's just buy him, get out of here.
Yeah. And then he came back and he was so mad at us, but I didn't really care.
Yeah, he was livid. So you're getting a good price because of a marital breakdown. So this is FFF 107. I wonder
about that actually.
And these ones too, because she was working them hard, because everybody will give you better pricing if you work them. And
I'm really good at it. I don't care is the thing. I don't care if they say no.
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, it doesn't. It's not personal.
Yeah.
And everybody's just trying to make some money. So I don't know if Jennifer Miller's on here, but I had mentioned to Jennifer a couple of weeks ago to watch out for the perfect red bead because she loves red, and this is it. So this is a 2 by 3 millimeter candy apple red, and these are a Chinese crystal, and it's FFF 108, and they're $2.99. Look at that. That color is just stunning.
Yes, it's really
so pretty. Yeah, I just love it. It's such a rich. It's like a real red.
It's like a cherry. Yeah,
it's a cherry red because it's not a blue red.
No,
and it's not an orange red. It is literally a cherry red. It's so
what's at
gorgeous.
The top of the rainbow.
Yeah, very lovely. So that's FFF 108, and they're a 2 by 3. So those are the perfect size for stitching onto things. I need a slip of my water. You're not going to tell her, Heather? All right. What's next? Okay. Now everybody get their every week we have something where I tell you to get your Drooly bibs out. This would be the thing that you want to get your Drooly bibs out for. So this is FFF 127. These are a AAA grade 10 millimeter white freshwater pearl. Now these are definitely in our Bougie Beads page. These are $72.99. Yes, they are expensive, but these are literally the most perfect, gorgeous, stunning pearls I have ever seen. One of my friends who's a designer, she actually bought half of them off of me already. Like, not this group, but she took the other half that we're not showing today because I showed them to her and she's like, oh my gosh, can I have them all? And I said, no, my people need some of these, but I will give you half of them. But I've never seen such a beautiful pearl that actually for this price. And I know that price is really, really high, but these are stunning. They're almost all perfectly round, and they're a unique white. They're kind of like a champagne white, right?
And there's almost like a purple undertone.
Yeah, well, because
of them,
they've got like the luster. That's the luster from a natural pearl that you get on there. I mean, just look at how beautiful
they are. I don't love pearls, but I love those.
Yeah, those are gorgeous. So that's FFF 127. You'll find that in our Tucson What's New page or on our Bougie Beads page.
And this is all we have.
Yeah, this is it. I've only got 8 strands. That's it. And I can't get them back. I really went out on a limb buying them. I was like, oh, do I dare? Because I knew they were going to be really spendy, but I couldn't pass them up because they are just beautiful. So there you go. So that's FFF 127. And then these, I went back to this booth 3 times. So I went on my own one day. I went with Savannah another day and tried to work her really hard. And she kept refusing. So then when Savannah left, I went back and I said, look, I will buy every strand you have, but I need better pricing. And so she asked me what the other girl had quoted her or me. I told her. And then she said, well, what do you want to pay for them? So I told her. And I got them for a much better price. These are stunning. So this is FFF 128. So this is a grade A 10 millimeter large hole nugget white freshwater pearl for $59.99. So these are beautiful quality. So they're not meant to be perfect because they're that, sort of nuggety kind of thing. So you're going to have like little, little things hanging off them and that kind of stuff. But the way they grade them, has a lot to do with the luster on them, and the luster is absolutely extraordinary. And they are the large hole, so you'll end up with that piece on the end. But again, if you wanted to use that rubber tubing that I did, you could get that through there and use it, on any old thing and use it as like a bead liner. But look at those, they're beautiful. So FFF 128, they're a 10 millimeter large hole freshwater nugget pearl. So these, I worked hard for these people. So do me proud.
I think Diane had to go wipe her.
You had to go do a little wipe up there, Diane? Yeah, these are really pretty. I literally went back, like I said, 3 times. I had Savannah attack her and try to get pricing down, and she was not budging.
Well, it really hurt my feelings when they didn't budge.
And then they didn't. I'm
good at that.
Yeah, well, I just went back and I grabbed the entire hank, and I just said, I will take all of them, but you have to do better on the price. Because for me, when I had to add in, exchange and stuff, it was just getting to that point of ridiculous. And I can't charge you guys $100 a strand. I mean, I could, but I don't think people are gonna, buy that. So I was trying to get you better pricing. Can I do the big one first? Because we had that last year.
Sure.
I'll actually do, yeah. So we had these last year, but they sold out immediately. So this is DDG 034, and they're a 20 by 40 millimeter serpentine oval for $3. And they sold out right away. So I bought a couple more strands this year. And it's that really good green, that beautiful green that is just so nice. And then we also, no, it's just like a regular drill. So the hole goes.
What is a top drill?
A top drill is when it's got like a point generally, and then it goes across this way.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you end up with a different.
See, in my brain, that's a side drill.
Oh, well, I guess it depends on who's, calling it what.
Yeah.
So, and then can I have that one? Thanks. Mm-hmm. And then while I was at her booth, I saw that they had them in the smaller version. So we have a 15 by 30 serpentine oval. The code on that one is FFF 106, and they're $1.75. So if you're into just something a little bit smaller, you can go for the smaller one. And or if you want like a bit more of a bolder statement piece, you can get the larger one. So swamp green. Yeah, that works. I guess they're swamp green. They're just beautiful. So they're limited on these. I don't have a ton of them, but very, very beautiful. And we had them back again this year. So thanks for joining us, Cindy. Appreciate you showing up.
Happened to the price there?
I think they're $375. So we have very limited of these. Now I only bought 2 strands because these were actually supposed to be in the mystery boxes. Mm-hmm. But when I got them, I was like, okay, well, we only got 2 strands, so I'm not going to put them in the mystery boxes. So we have these beautiful, approximately 16 by 23 millimeter peach rectangle coin pearls. The code's FFF 126. So there's only I think about 17 of them in total. No, I don't know. There's very limited amounts, and they are all going to be different. Some are going to be a little larger than 16 by 23. Some are going to be smaller. Oh, we've got 36 of them. Yeah. They're because I can't give you the the size on every one of them. So you can see there, or on the picture on the website, there's sort of an approximate, I think she put about 7 different ones in the picture, so you could get an approximation. but these are stunningly beautiful peach rectangular coin pearls. And I know you guys all like your coin pearls because you snagged all of the ones that I had. You bought out all of the round ones and all of the white rectangles. So these are a nice big thick beefy one. And so they're like a good focal one if you're wanting to just put something just, you know, a simple coin pearl on something. These are beautiful. So, and I think they're $375.
They are, I checked.
Okay, so that's FFF 126. Okay.
Someone was asking what the hole size is in this one, I think.
Oh, it looks like it would be about a 1 millimeter. It looks like you might be able to get one. I have 1 millimeter leather here. Let me see if I can even get leather through there. Sometimes if you get lucky, you can get, no, I can't get that through. So it, you know, it probably just accommodate some regular size wire, like a 22 or 20 gauge wire. Okay. So I usually point out if things are on the large hole size, otherwise they're just regular, you know, 0.8 or 1 millimeter, just depends. None of these came out with the prices on them, but whatever.
Do you want me to dump it or just one?
Give me one or two and I can just put them in my hand.
Okay.
All right. So the thing this year was enamel charms, and we found a really good vendor that gave us decent pricing and had some really cute ones. So this is the first of the lot. This is, I'm going to turn a front and a back. So this is FFF 119, and these are a 10 by 15 hot pink enamel heart charm. So that's what that looks like.
They're $1.75.
$1.75 a piece. So the gold that you're seeing, and they're all gold because silver, they just don't make them as often in silver. I mean, they do, but not very, we didn't find very many anywhere. So the gold is actual 14 karat gold that is plated over top of brass, just so that you know what you're wearing. And the enameling is really, really good in these. So they're just a sweet little charm. And I'm going to show you a project using them at the end. So this is FFF 119, and these are $1.75. So, and these have a nice little bail already built in there. So you can see the little bail, if that comes in there on the side. So you can just hang chain right through it. So that's FFF 119.
Make a really cute, simple necklace with these.
Yeah, I mean, you can hang them on a bracelet. You can do anything with them. And then the next one will be FFF 120, which is the same, but it's a baby pink. So we've got the soft pink, and then the same sort of dimpled. Yeah, that's it's a really pretty, pretty pink. Yeah, so that's FFF 120. And on all of these, we're very limited on the quantities. I don't have tons and tons of them. No. We wanted to, you know, sort of feel them out a little bit and see if you guys like these as much as we did. And then we have FFF 121, which is the 10 by 15 purple enamel. Enamel. And again, they're $1.75. So it's a really good purple too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice purple. And I'm not even like that purple lover, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. And then the last one in that series, I think that's the last of that one, is FFF 122, and that is the turquoise heart. So it's just a nice blue turquoise. It's a good one. There you go. Okay. So there's the 4 different colors of those. And I created their own little section. So if you look under charms, there'll be now an enameled charm section. So, but all of this today you can see in the Tucson What's New page. These are freaking adorable.
They're so cute.
So cute. So this is FFF 124, and they're 13 by 18 pink enamel bee for $3. So you can see in the middle there, I'll try and get up as close as I can without it distorting. There's just a tiny little bee, and then the back, they've done a really nice texture on it, sort of a dimpling. But look at that sweet little bee in there. I absolutely love it.
It is really cute.
Isn't that cute? Yeah. Love, love, love that. So yeah, these, I just love it.
Do you want to use that for the project today?
I don't know. I might have to. Did I pull
aside?
Okay, I'm going to put one aside. Yeah, I might use that. Either that or there's one other one in this grouping that I really love. Oh, this one's so cute.
It is really cute too.
Just jumping on and saw you have a few prions of rectangular options. Any chance you stock a rectangular labradorite? No, sorry, we don't. We don't have any
options, not prions.
Oh, options. Yeah, we don't have any more labradorite right now. Yeah, we've just been selling out of everything, which is not a bad problem to have. All right, so this is FFF123, and we have a 14 by 16 blue enamel seahorse. So inside that swirly blue enamel, it's a very soft blue that they've sort of swirled, is the most adorable little seahorse. Is it coming in? Can you see it okay?
Yeah, if you want to just slide it right there. Now it's more flat. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it.
And this one has a smooth back, just so you can see the difference. But so cute, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like these next ones. I think they're really cute. I like the shape of them and the little gem.
Oh yeah, that was the other, excuse me, one that I was saying. Okay, I need a drink of water. I'm going to have to talk for a second.
So the next one is FFF125.
Oh.
And if you look, this is really awkward.
All right.
There we go. Okay, there we go.
It's just a tiny little butterfly, but you can actually see the back of the butterfly in the back of the charm.
Yeah, but in the butterfly, there's a jewel.
Oh,
in its chest.
I never noticed that. It's like his little head is a jewel. Oh my gosh,
really
I never even noticed that because I'm old and blind.
They're really sweet.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
So that's FFF125.
It's not in your face, which I like too.
Yeah, that is so cute. I never even noticed that. And these also have an open jump ring on this one. So you can open that up and easily attach it to something. I might keep that one to the side in case I decide to use that one instead.
Okay, these next ones are my favorite.
Are they?
And they're not even pink.
Oh, well, there you go.
They're
yeah,
so
these are so cute. Yeah. So these are a 9x13 baby blue enamel flower, FFF116, and they're $2.50 a piece, and they're just so sweet. Tiny little things, because we went crazy with the tinies again this year.
And these are also an open.
Yes, these have an open jump ring, which is great because you can just attach it super easily.
Imagine just like putting these on a little earring.
Yeah.
Like just so simple.
Yeah, like if you had even just a small pair of hoops, like a 14mm hoop, and then just attaching them on, you don't even have to attach it. You just slide it over.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Grace is trying to convince us to let her pierce her ears again.
Oh, well, now she's older.
Well, I think she's getting a little ahead of herself. We already tried once and it didn't work, but she really wants hoops because, crop tops and hips, Mom.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, good Lord. She's 7 almost.
Not even. She's not even 6.5.
Yeah.
She reminds me every day that she is, though.
All right. We have FFF117, and they're the 9x13 in the purple. Sweet little ones. And, the pictures on our website look much better than me holding them in my hand. But this way you can at least kind of see. There we go. That's better. Oh, you can see all my, lines of wisdom.
Does anyone know how to read palms?
You shall live a long life. All right. And then we have FFF118, which are the little tiny pink ones. So I'll turn them this way. You guys can see, seeing the back on them, but look at how sweet those are. Just so adorable. Very precious. I love them. Okay. Now we're getting into our stars. We have FFF109, and these are a 16mm white enamel star charm. And these also have the open jump rings on them. And on the back, they're just a plain smooth gold. Super, super good quality on these. Their enameling is exceptional. And their plating is very, very good quality.
Yeah, we saw a couple vendors and they weren't this quality.
No, not at all. So that's why you pay a little more. They're $3, which is a bit more, but you don't want something that's going to, fall apart and look awful on you the first time you use it. So FFF109. Yeah, Becky, you could totally make a super cute little project using all of these sort of things.
Do you want
mix them together? It doesn't matter. Next one we have is FFF110, and these are the turquoise enamel. I love the color of this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dark tealy turquoise kind of color. It's not like a baby blue or anything. Just going to move that one up there so that you can see it better. So this one is FFF110. All right. Sure. And then we have FFF111, and this is a 14x20 purple enamel heart. Look at those. So these have a nice big loop on the side of them or the top of them. And it's a perfectly round loop. So like that can go over leather or chain or whatever you wanted. But these are stunning. And the back of them is like slightly textured like that. So I'll try to get that so you can actually see it. I can't tell because my eyesight is so crappy today. It's been terrible the last couple of days. So that's FFF 111. And they're $325. And then we have FFF 112. Our printer, which is new, is not cooperating because it cut off the
those
price.
might be in the bottom of the page.
Oh, maybe they are. So same thing. They're $325, but this is FFF 112, and this is the turquoise enamel heart again. That looks good like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cute.
And then we have the same in red.
It's like a good cherry red.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like those beads we had. The really one. You just got your order, Diane? Awesome. Thank you. Okay. And then this one is really cute.
Mm-hmm.
So this is FFF 114, and they're a 16 by 18 whimsical enamel heart for $4. This one's really sweet. It looks very retro to me. Like it reminds me of sort of the 60s. So
I like where it hangs to.
Yeah, it's it's off center, so it's just on the corner with the open jump ring. So we've got red and hot pink and a white and then red in the middle with a small heart and then a textured back on them. So that's FFF 114. That's sweet. I love that. So you could do earrings that were mismatched in that they wouldn't be a mirrored image, but I mean, who cares, right? You just would have them both hanging the same direction.
Cousins, not sisters.
Yes.
Or sisters, not twins. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
I don't know how many you want me to give you of those.
Oh, yeah. So these are going to be really hard to see.
Yeah.
And zirconia is spelled completely different than how Savannah spelt it. But, we'll go with what she's got.
What?
Zirconia is with an I. You've got zirconia.
Oh, yeah. Not surprising.
So these are going to be really hard to see, but the pictures are much better on our website. So this is FFF 135. And they're a 4x6 faceted cubic zirconia for $1.25. And they're just little baby littles. So this is the peridot color. So I don't know, is that showing up? Can you see that one?
Yeah. What if you tried putting it in this little?
Yeah, maybe we'll put them in this. Because off my hand, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at how precious those are. They're so well made. I actually got hold of the company that I bought them from yesterday where I got all of these and said, what are these? Because I had no idea. And he said, oh, they're just beautiful cubic zirconia. I was like, oh, okay, well, they're very well done. So this is what we called peridot. Look how nice those are. So those would make like the perfect sweet little earrings or a nice little charm. Oh, where's?
Oh, okay. Oh. So it's all the same code. Okay.
All the same code. Yeah.
So we'll just go through then.
Yeah. And then this one, I can't remember. What's the color on this
teal
one?
Blue.
This is the teal blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all the same code. They're all going to be FFF. I'll just keep that there so you know what the code is.
She can never fire me because she doesn't know how to do emails.
I know how to do emails. I just don't know how to do the kind that we send out.
Yeah.
Our newsletter kind of things.
Yeah.
So this is the teal blue. Mm-hmm. Is that what I called it? Teal blue?
Looks
of course, this is my favorite. I love that one.
Okay.
And then
aqua blue.
Aqua blue. So this is probably not going to show up super great on here. Is it okay?
Yeah, it looks great with the white under.
Okay.
The back.
So it's just a true aqua color. They're just so sweet. Like they're just pretty and sweet. And if you're into little things, they're great for just little accent things. Like, if you want to hang something over a little pendant or like I said, for earrings,
or even on the back of a necklace.
True.
On the,
the extender?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that would be really cute.
Really cute too.
And this is our emerald green.
Yeah.
That's my birthstone. Super cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, using that little thing works.
Yes.
Valerie, you need to keep shopping. Well, okay. We'll combine your orders.
I was worried that something had happened to you, Valerie. You didn't jump the gun and place your order before. And then this one I called
pink amethyst.
Pink amethyst. I just made up names because I didn't know. But this is a really, really cool color. So it's kind of got it's like a pink and a purpley blue kind of color mixed into it. I don't know what how to describe it, but I think it reads through on the screen. Like see how it's got like a bit of a purpley pinky blue kind of color?
Yeah.
It's kind of different. Yeah, I love it. So pretty. Yes, they are very tiny, but they're very sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what you call this.
Oh, soft pink. Because I could have sworn she told me they were real stones. And then I was like, there's no way. So at first I called these chalcedony because I thought they looked like chalcedony, but I'm just calling them soft pink. So they're like a real soft opaly, like an opalescent pink.
Yeah, they are more pink than what they are showing on camera.
Yeah, but they're
not too much. It's a very delicate pink.
Yeah, it's very like opalescent, very soft, sort of a romantic vintage look on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is our cubic zirconia, not zirconia, but whatever. I'm not going to fire her over it.
I don't know. Who's going to do your Wednesdays with you then?
Oh yeah, I can't do these by myself. All right, so we still have some more stuff underneath there.
We have these two.
Yes, that's right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have some more metal. We have BOB 41622, and they're 11 by 12 millimeter pewter bead cone, and they're $1.25 a piece. And these are really, really good quality. We have very, very limited amounts of the antique silver, and we have lots of the antique bronze and the antique copper. So they're just, the perfect little bead cone with about a 1 millimeter hole at the top. And I guess they're about 11 millimeters wide. Okay, so that's BOB 41622. I love those ones. It's hard to find a good cone these days. And we have, can we do the other one first? Just because they're,
These ones are better.
Yeah. And then we have DDG 100. These are a 4x6 cafe au lait faceted Chinese crystal for $5.99. Oh, except they're not $5.99. They're half, because this is an older one that we found in the warehouse. So they're actually going to be $2.99. Yeah, they're half this price. So they are a really great color. They're kind of like a grayish.
Yeah.
Right. I call them cafe au lait because they kind of look like, milked out coffee to me, but they kind of have that, real sort of grayish look, in that they're not quite brown. They're not quite gray. They're a little bit of everything. And they have a really pretty sort of sheeny luster on them. The metal on all those little gold zirconia charms it's 14 karat gold that is plated over brass. So it should technically be hypoallergenic, but I can't guarantee that because I don't know what they use in everything, but it should be pretty good quality. And they're a really big company that's been around for a long time. So this is the last one is FFF 136, and these are another 8 millimeter faceted cube mixed pink tourmaline, and these are the half strands for $14.99. Look at that, how pretty!
They're so pretty.
Yeah,
look at that one.
Yeah, really cool, eh?
Yeah.
So there you go. That is the last of these little 8 millimeter faceted cubes. So nice. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way. Have a little slurp, and I'm going to get my stuff ready here. So did you guys like the goodies that we brought to you this week? We still have more. We still have more to show you.
Wait a minute.
But I just can't keep up with it. There's just, there's only so many hours in the day. Do you want to talk a little bit about the sale while I'm getting this stuff ready? You can put it back up to your face again.
Yeah, so all of the
I'm going to put the screen back up to your face.
check glass. Sorry, I can't think and do two things at once today, apparently. All of the buy codes
just today?
Be quiet. Are 35% off. You know, guys, the abuse that I put up with.
Yeah, you love it. So yes, we are discontinuing.
I wouldn't go as far as love.
We are discontinuing the Preciosa bicones, and so right now, until they're sold out, they're 35% off.
Yeah, and a few of the codes are not. The code's not working on a few of them, so after the live, Kelly will go in and troubleshoot that.
Yeah.
When she.
If you can think of, if you come upon any by yourself, shoot us a message on our customer service at Kellie's Bead Boutique email, and then we can address it, because right now it's like, flying in the dark. I don't quite know which ones are working, which ones are not working.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to use our little butterfly
with the gem.
Yeah, with a little gemstone in there. Okay, so I wanted to show you something. So I never use these, but these are a little they're like a
put you down.
Yeah, sorry. That would be most helpful, wouldn't it? All right.
I'll put you down like an animal.
Yeah. No, please don't. All right. So these are a little clasp. They're like a double clasp, and they open like this. But I'm going to show you a fun little trick. So we're going to have it so that it pulls upwards when we're putting this together. So I don't know if it makes a difference, but in my brain it does. Now you know how sometimes I say I've never made something? I've never made this. So we're just going to kind of hope for the best. I have some little jump rings here. I have two different sizes, some 4 millimeter 18 gauge and some 6 millimeter 18 gauge. We're just going to see what we need. One of our little charms. And I have two different types of chain. This is our CH260 and our CH910. And then I've just got, some of our basic tools, just pair of pliers, some bent chain nose pliers, and some cutters. So, I know what I need. Could I get the ruler in here? So I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show you a little trick. So let's see. Which one do I want on the inside and which one do I want on the outside?
Outside, inside.
Okay. So on the inside one, I'm going to measure out approximately 16 inches of chain, but I might do a little more. I might do like 17 inches of chain. And this will be like a real fast little thing to show you. All right. And then I'm going to do the next one after that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take two of my jump rings. I'm going to open up my jump ring using my bent chain nose and my chain nose. So what I do is I turn them over and then get a good grip that way. So I've got lots of grip on it. I find it much easier to open and close things that way. And I'm just going to run it through the end, and then I'm going to put it through the bottom one here. And so you got to make sure it's opened enough, which mine wasn't. Put it through the bottom and then do that up. And you want to make sure that you sort of jiggle it back and forth so that you get that nice and closed. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. Now, in theory, I've got it the right way. I might have it upside down, but because I've never made this before, we'll just go with it. And if it's upside down, then we will fix it. But in my brain cells, I'm thinking this will work. Okay, so we have this so far. Okay, is that making sense to everybody? Okay, now I'm going to take the next piece of chain. And so I did that one. What did I do? About 17 inches.
I think.
So I want this one to be a little bit larger. And I want to try and get it. This one's going to be tough. I probably shouldn't have chosen this chain because I want to try and get it in the center. So I'm going to go with that one right there. So I wanted one of these bigger sections, and then I'm going to just run my fingers down to the end to try and get to match up here. I'm going to just cut this one off. And then that one. So I'm just doing some trimming here. All right. So, and I'll get all this out of the way and you can kind of see what I'm doing. Do you all of a sudden get to a point in the day where you're so tired you could just lay your head down? That's where I am all of a sudden.
I wake up like that.
Whew. I'm just really tired all of a sudden, and I got a good sleep. All right, so I have my second chain is going to be longer than this one. I don't know how I'm going to demo this because I don't know if it'll fit me around my neck, but if not, we'll turn the camera around to our Genevieve, our model. All right, so I am going to take another two jump rings. So I'm going to open these up.
Is everyone still there? You're all quiet, or are you just
they're
watching?
just watching, I think.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to run this through one of the ends. Now I want to make sure that I'm using equal ends in that, like I need this chain to sort of match in the middle. So otherwise it's going to be off center because I'm going to attach my charm with a jump ring. If I was going to let it free float, it would not matter. But because it's going to be attached with a jump ring, I need to make sure these are equal lengths. So I'm just adding these on the top ones. Sorry, I know I'm probably confusing the heck out of everybody, but I will explain that in a second. So now this is what we've got. We've got a shorter one and we've got a longer one. And then that is my mid piece right there. So let me just find the middle again. So it should be that one there, right? It's probably not the best one to choose because I think it's going to go off center, but we'll make it work. And I'm just going to open up this little jump ring here. Now, if you didn't like the jump ring, you could always replace it. It looks like it's decent enough, but I'm just going to open that up and put it there and do this up. Now what you've got, we might have to use our model, but you've got a double necklace with a charm on the end. And then you've got this easy way of putting your necklace on and off because it just slides open and closed. So super easy to get off and on. And what happens is this does not get tangled because you've got them separated up top here. So
that's really
kind of cool, eh?
You could also, you know how you can get the connector charms?
Do you want to turn it back to us?
You could even do a connector charm connected to each going up and down.
I don't know what that means.
So you have a charm with a connector on either side.
This will fit me because I don't know if I'm not lost enough weight for this to fit because I never can wear short necklaces, but I think this might work. Oh, where is it? Oh, I'm so red because I'm so hot. Is it working?
Yeah, that's really cute actually.
Okay, we got to move this.
Yeah.
All right. See if I can get up there nice and close. Okay. Sorry, I'm like scorching red. Well, bonus for me because I can actually get a necklace on. But look at how cute that looks. Pretty. So it falls nicely because they're split up top and it doesn't get all tangled up and it's super, super simple to make.
Yeah.
Like that just takes seconds and a little bit of chain. You don't even have to use two different kinds of chain. You could use one kind, whatever you've got. You could use two different colors. But I just wanted to show you that. So if you're, can I get you to just pop me down for a second? And look at that. I never wear necklaces. I like that. So if you're looking for these, it's CLSP03, and that's the gold plate one. So we have them with 2. And so these are great for all sorts of things like bracelets and all kinds of things. We also carry them in 3. So it would be CLSP04. And then we have them with the, this is the 3-strand and here's the 4-strand and this is CLSP21. And then we have the 5-strand, which is CLSP22. So we have a good selection of different ones and we've got a few different colors. I think we've got about 4 or 5 different colors. So there you go for all these. I've never shown these before. And so Lori suggested when I was bringing them out yesterday, she said, well, why don't you show them all the other ones? And I was like, oh, good idea. So, okay.
They're really cute. It's really cute.
Yeah. So there you go.
I've also seen it where people take like little pearls and they put a wire through it and loop on each side. And then it goes up and down in between the 2 wires.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've seen it on bracelets too.
Oh, I can see it like it's kind of where my name is. And you never know which way to go. There we go. Because it's weird. You have to go opposite on here. But yeah, it's just kind of a nice little necklace. And it doesn't, what I like is it doesn't get all tangled up. So you can have that layered look without it getting all, except now because I did that, I'm turning it around. But I'm still so red. All right. So that's it. I just wanted to make sure that I could show you a little project this week. I'm going to try and do more projects on Wednesdays if I can. And so that's about all we've got going on. So don't forget to have a look at the bike cones. I will pop on and see where any mistakes are. If you did put an order through and you didn't get the full discount, make sure that you just let us know and we will adjust your order and have a look at our new bead mixes. And that's about all we've got.
Yeah. See you next week.
So we'll be back next week and we've got more Tucson stuff. We've got a lot of Tucson stuff.
Like some really fun stuff coming.
We've got some good stuff.
Like the stuff that's coming is like my kind of stuff.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, we took a long time to pick and to process this stuff. So, all right. So any more YouTubes coming? You know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm pulling back from doing my YouTubes. I had to make a decision this last weekend. I have worked since I was 30 years old. I have worked 2 jobs and I consider this 2 jobs because I work 7 days a week. I work early in the morning. I'm always working. I work late at night and I'm tired. And I was mentally burnt out and I wasn't wanting to do any of it anymore. Do you want to get rid of the discontinuing thing there, please? And so YouTube is a dying animal. I spend a lot of time researching, creating a sample, which can take sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours just to create a sample. I'm wasting tons and tons of material, trying to get the right thing. And then I have to make sure I've got enough so that you guys can either buy the parts or I have to make it into a kit. We then have to create the kits. We have to create the inserts. I have to do a recipe list for the girls. I have to upload it to the website. I then have to I have to film it and I have to edit it. And then I have to upload it and I have to add it to our website and all the steps. And sometimes I get hardly any views.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
And it was becoming that thing where
you were dreading it more than enjoying it.
Yeah, I was not enjoying it anymore. So what I'm going to do now is going to be organic. When I feel like putting out a video, I will just put a video out. It might not be on a Monday. It might be on a Thursday. It might be on a whatever. I'm just tired of having to work every single weekend because that's the only time I have to film. So I would film on Saturdays and then edit and do all that stuff on Sundays. I was getting no time to take care of my own personal health, do anything with my family, my friends, my husband. We can't do yard work or anything. So I'm like, sorry, you can't mow the lawn because I got to do a video. And I got tired. So I know that it's disappointing because I know that that's how most of you have found me. Those videos will live on there forever. So you'll always be able to refer back to them. And I'm not stopping YouTube altogether. I'm just not doing Monday videos every single week. Because it just was when things aren't fun anymore, when they're just not fun, then it was like, because I was getting to the point where I was ready to close the business because I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm just tired. And so I had to find what could work. And I think this will work because you guys will still get to, see us, connect with us on Wednesdays because we're going to continue doing Wednesdays because we love doing this. This is way more fun. We can show you the beads up close and personal. I will do as many projects as I can. On the weeks where we don't have a lot of beads, that's when I will do bigger projects. So, or if Savannah can't be here one week, maybe I won't show you any beads and I'll just be project based on a Wednesday. Yeah. So you're still going to get some new things. You'll get fun things. It's just going to look a little different for the time being because I change my mind all the time. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys aren't hanging on because I know there hasn't been one for about 3 weeks now.
Since Tucson.
Yeah, since Tucson, I guess. There was one the week I got back and then I haven't done anything. So I hope you guys understand, sometimes people just have to make changes that are better for them. And that's what I've had to do. So anyway.
We will say goodbye. I have to get the kid.
Oh, yeah. It's popcorn day. She's got to go
get
popcorn for her. So alrighty. Well, you guys have a great day. Have a good week. And we will see you same time, same place next week. All right. Bye now.